Back in the Closet. My goodness, guys. I was just saying, like, people are probably like, they probably think that we're
Stop it.
Like that we're fairly obsessed with ourselves or something, you know, like
why are you always
like
going live?
why
What
are
wrong
you
with you?
always live?
Hey,
like
Erica.
This is our third of fourth live today. Well, I know our third was our VIPs, so it's really
Dana. Hello, love.
Is this our second live? This is our second live, second 2 of 3 lives. That's outside of our VIP group, but our VIPs are like,
hey, Robin,
hanging in there, still
so
here.
Much.
I love you guys so much. So today's episode of Back in the Closet with the 2 Crazy Cat Ladies is going to be a little bit of everything. So let's just go ahead and get started.
Let's dive right in, shall we?
Can I say, how about we did this on time?
That's remarkable.
Have we ever been live on time for our podcast? I don't think so.
Think we have.
But we were.
I'll sing a little song for that.
Oh my.
Can you hear that? My shirt sings.
So here we go. I love you, Dana. Welcome to episode number 0098 of Back in the Closet with the 2 Crazy Cat Ladies.
And Madison Grace today.
We brought in one of these little, into our closet today. We brought in one of these little, what are they called?
It's like a TV tray, something.
Because we noticed that our other podcast last week, and obviously since we do this every week at the same way, it's probably been on a lot of the podcasts. So when you're listening into the actual podcast, not watching it, if you're listening in on Apple, Spotify, all those Google Podcasts, all those, podcast places,
it's loud.
You can hear our wine glasses or our cocktails hitting the table, and it's pretty loud. So I was like, we need to put our glasses somewhere else. So we brought in one of these, and it's a beautiful Sunday. It's going to be a bit of a shit show, really.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. We don't have a topic for today. We usually have some kind of topic, and we're like, okay, we'll talk about this or that. But we don't have a specific topic to talk about. We did just have a fantastic interview with Dr. Katie Woodley. It was live on YouTube and on our Facebook page, 2 Crazy Cat Ladies, the 2 Crazy Cat Ladies, TWO Crazy Cat Ladies. And so if you guys want to go back and watch that, it was all about prescription diets, coming from a veterinarian telling you the truth about prescription diets. And that was awesome.
And really explaining it. I really love how she just kind of went into...
Every time we interview her, I learn something new, and it's so exciting because most of the topics that we talk about are stuff that we are always dealing with. We're always talking about, whether it be on our different lives, on our podcast, or just in the industry in general, talking to cat parents every day, all day. But I had no idea that the trials that they call it AAFCO trials, is what she said.
AAFCO feed trials, long-term
AAFCO feed trials, which is how they get this science, if you will, in air quotes, of for these prescription diets, is a 6-month process with 10 pets. 10 is all that it needs, and only 8 have to pass the trial. So say there's a urinary prescription diet, and they're like, okay, we're going to tweak some ingredients. We're going to do this or that or the other. And then we're going to feed it to 10 cats for 6 months, and we're going to see what happens. And if 8 don't pass, say there was only 5 that passed, they'll be like, oh, well, let's get another 10 cats and put them through it again.
They can do it as many
times as they want. And that's how they get the science, if you will, behind prescription. I had no idea. That is mind boggling.
Well, and if you guys are concerned about the prescription diets or are feeding prescription diets and want to know a little bit more and want to feel a little more empowered about those decisions, check out that live with Dr.
Yes, everybody in the comments here live on YouTube are and Facebook.
Yes, hi guys.
They're saying that it was Robin saying it was an awesome interview. Yeah, I mean, it's just really Dr. Katie's amazing. Yes,
such a gift, and so much information, so much knowledge, so much passion.
Yes,
she really is a gift to all of us.
Yes,
so go check that out. So my topic that I really wanted to talk about today, because it's going to be a little bit of a weird week here at 2 Crazy Cat Ladies' house. Jay is going to be traveling for the first time since the Panini started.
Panini! Apparently we
Hat
learned
tip
today.
to Marissa.
Yeah, we learned today that panini is what TikTok calls the pandemic,
Right.
which I mean, pandemic does not make me hungry, but panini does.
Oh, paninis are delicious.
I know. I picture like
Right.
a
So she's going to be
sandwich
traveling.
deli.
So if you guys have any travel tips for traveling during the panini, start dropping them here.
I am.
But
So I'm
what-
going to see my sister. My brother-in-law is in the hospital. He has been since June, and they live in Texas, and so and it's her birthday, and she's home alone, and so and I haven't gotten out there since all this happened. I know we FaceTime and we Zoom every week, and we talk all the time, often, but it's not the same as like having your sister there. So I am flying out this week, and her birthday's on Friday, so we're going to celebrate her birthday together. And it's not too long of a trip. It's only like a 4-day trip, so it's not going to be super long, but it is going to be my first time traveling. I do want to say that I'm getting the notifications from Southwest, or we didn't book Delta, right? It was Southwest. That
Right.
I'm getting. Yeah. I'm getting the notifications in my email that's like, your trip is around the corner. Don't forget your blah, 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 la, la, la. And my knee-jerk reaction, I just thought, ow. That didn't actually hurt, but it shocked me. So I said, ow. My knee-jerk reaction when I get something like that is like a stress, like, oh,
Yep.
because
You start thinking about everything that you need to pack, what you need to bring. If you're going to have to.
Yeah. But in all honesty, I actually took myself through that thought process today. I was sitting on the pot and I was checking my emails, and and I took myself through that thought process because I was like, I don't want to be, how like when you get in a rut of some sort, right? I'm going to call it a rut, but when you're just continually doing the same thing all the time, every day, going outside and doing something different is like almost scary, right? A lot of us are like, you know what? This is pretty fine. This whole pandemic thing, this whole quarantine, whatever thing is like absolutely fine. So I'm just going to stay and I'm not going to do anything anymore. And I feel like we're kind of like that.
I know I am.
But I don't want to be like that, right? So
Jay has always been the adventurer.
I just don't want to fear, right? I don't want to. I do this when I'm driving now too, because I'm not driving anymore. And so that was a sneeze.
I was trying
that sounded like a stroke. Sorry. But I don't want to be fear. I don't want to be fearful. I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to be that person that as you age, you get more scared and more scared of things. When I was driving the other day, I think I was driving to my grandma's to go see my grandma, and I'm on the 95, and I'm like, you know what? I am not going to. I had to walk myself through like being a little nervous about driving, and I'm like, I love to drive. I am like the person that would like drive across the country. I would just like, I love to drive. But I haven't been doing it. So it's like, it's starting to scare me. And so I walked myself through it, and I was like, no, I'm freaking the most amazing driver on the planet. And this is my favorite thing to do. So I'm not going to be scared. And I had to do that with the flight thing too, because it was like, I haven't been on a plane in a while. The world is different. And it's like, things are strange now, and it's going to be different. And probably I'm not going to be able to drink a cocktail because my flight leaves at like 9 a.m. in the morning. So I was like, you know what? I'm really excited about being on a plane, actually. I'm excited about being able to fly again. Like, I love flying too. I love traveling just in general, whether I'm driving or whether I'm flying. I don't like to fly planes. I don't know how to fly planes, but I like to fly on planes, with good pilots. But
ideally.
Yeah, ideally with good pilots. But I think I walked myself through that. Now leaving, I mean, it's also less stressful because you're not coming with me, because then I don't have to deal with I don't have to deal with your stress of traveling, because you get really stressed about traveling.
That's true.
But two, we don't have to worry about the babies being, our kitties being left alone, or freaking out, or just being away from them, because those are things that when we travel together, we do stress about a bit. So I'm not really that stressed about the trip, but I am kind of excited. I am excited. I think so. I mean, with this sister specifically, she's my oldest sister, and it's always so chill with her.
That's true.
You know, when I go to her place, it's not, I don't need like I don't have to like dress up. We're not going to go out to a bunch of places. I don't have to make sure that I have, you know, we like lay around in our jammies and watch movies and, you know, cuddle. I don't say cuddle, but we do. We'll like get under the same blanket and watch a movie or, you know, eat food, cook, and drink some wine. Maybe she doesn't drink wine. She won't drink wine, but maybe some cocktails or something like, you know, it's just pretty chill and relaxed. So I think it's, and I'm really excited that I get to be there for her birthday.
That's huge.
And that I get to see my brother-in-law, who I haven't seen in a while either. So I'm excited to go to the hospital and see him as well.
That'll be very good. And I was just gonna say something. Oh, I actually was thinking, I was expecting you to be more excited about the trip because it has been so long and she does love travel. She's going to Texas, Tejas.
Yes, I'm going to Texas to see my sister.
Oh, wait, Marissa said, hold on, bring your own empty water bottle that you can fill and look into Gotta Pack masks. They're amazing. Nothing really has changed though. Security seems a little less crazy.
Oh,
Okay.
so our newest mask that we have that it's like labeled with like that we had customized or whatever. Those are the most comfortable masks to me. I know that you don't like them that much because you can't really talk in them, but I'm not going to be talking to anybody anyway. But they're super comfortable.
They are super comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, how do you feel? So I was expecting you to be, I know it's been a crazy couple days, but I was waiting to feel this like wave of excitement that you're getting because you actually get to travel for the first time in, I don't even know, fly, right?
Yeah.
Madison Grace. So do you think it's going to be good to take a trip like that? Because you get back on the 19th and then
which is my other sister's birthday, by the way.
Yes. And then we go straight into crazy Christmas time.
That's the only thing that I'm a little stressed about is I've got about 3 days to get all the stuff and things done or figure it out. I mean, a lot of stuff, like if I'm going to say order, like I need to get some stocking stuffers for you and for my other sister who's coming here for Christmas. But I can do that on my phone and have it shipped here, like whatever. Right. I mean, I think, you know, just realizing that I'm taking a chunk out of the really busy time is a little stressful, but
do you think it'll be good to have like you just said, you get to do like chill time with your sister?
Yeah.
So you'll have you will have no choice but to chill for a few days before
jumping into
before jumping into the crazy.
I mean, it's not really crazy. It's fun. I'm a little upset that we haven't done some of the things that I wanted to do. I can't believe it's like this far into December already.
Is it 2 weeks to Christmas now?
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks to Christmas. And I can't believe that like we were gonna do the lights and different things with Lindsay. Like we wanted to, but you have to have like the one day available that she sometimes but won't do anything. So
we'll still fit some stuff.
I wanted to do so. I was excited about doing some Christmas stuff.
I think we make the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think we make it.
I think we do too. We need to make time to cut my hair.
That's true. She's dealing with the poufladu going on.
Very bad.
She's very upset trying to fix her hairs today. And
but I do get excited about the holiday. And I don't think like the Christmas crazy. Like, what do you think? What is Christmas crazies to you?
Well, just last minute shopping, you know, like my family does a gift exchange, the adults do, where we'll just pick one name instead of like getting gifts for everybody. We put a $40 limit on it. Everyone gets one gift. I haven't done that yet.
I haven't either. I have Rob. Right. I have your brother Rob.
And I got Kelly.
Yeah, and I already asked Rebecca, but she hasn't gotten back to me. So
right. So like those little things, like I got to remember to make sure I've got some good ideas, get that to hopefully be there by Christmas, those little things. And then just we've got some family coming in town. So it's going to be figuring out when we're going here and doing this and who's hosting that. And what are we making?
Did you change the reservations?
No.
We have to change the reservations.
Yeah. Right. Like those little things, like the last minute things that you're like, la la la. But this is gonna be so quiet in comparison to so many past Christmases.
Yeah. I think.
I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be
pretty chill.
pretty chill.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I like it like that. I think some
Yeah.
of my favorite Christmases are the Christmases where I almost like some of my most memorable Christmases were alone, actually,
Really?
where there wasn't family coming in, there wasn't family going out. Like I wasn't doing,
You were working at the
I
Radisson?
was working and set up my own decorations, but it didn't have like I wasn't on anybody's schedule but my own.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, I mean, sure, especially because I was young. So I'm sure that I was like also like crying, and lonely
Christmas
and
Eve.
yeah, probably drinking alone and whatever, having that moment. But I remember like the whole setup and everything for those Christmases. I think there was only one or maybe two, I think. But I remember like,
Yeah.
and I was like dirt poor, like rural poor. So it was like go to the Dollar Tree and get a little for 99 cents. I could get a little setup of decorations of some sort.
She would grab trash from her neighbors and wrap up. Like if she found like a box in the trash, she would wrap it up
I would.
and put it under her tree.
Yes.
Nothing was in it, but it was.
No, but
It's
I
very
wanted
cute.
presents under the tree, so I wrapped up empty boxes.
I love it. I love it so much. I think it's going to be exciting. And I'm excited that you get to travel. We haven't had a whole lot of time to talk about your trip. So that's why I thought we should definitely talk about it here. 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, Judy. I thought Christmas was in 3 weeks.
Is
Wow,
it?
time is flying. No, it's in 2 weeks.
Is it?
Today is the 12th of December.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Right? So those last minute things. And then
Tomorrow starts our 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
That's
yes.
exciting.
That is exciting.
It's going to be fantastic.
We have some fun stuff
We do
that
have
we're
some
doing
fun
online. So that'll be fun.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good week. It's gonna fly by. It's crazy how fast time is flying by, y'all.
Yeah.
Oi.
But I think,
So,
yeah.
and I think it's gonna be awesome that you get to spend some time with family that you don't usually get to spend time with.
Yeah.
Which is what we all want to do over the holidays. But it's been weird the past couple years,
Yeah, it has been weird. But you love it.
I do love I love not traveling. We had a meeting yesterday where we were talking about potential for some things requiring travel for our business, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what? Traveling? Like, no. That
She's
is
like,
not no,
not
my jam, not my jam. I don't. But I've never liked travel. I've never been like, I can't wait for a road trip or I can't wait for no, I've just never. My mom says there's 2 types of people in the world, right? There's roots and wings.
Really?
Yeah. So I prefer just to say stuck right in the ground where I'm at, and you are wings all day, every day.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably a little yin yang for us.
Yeah.
But it's not that I'm getting like scared of travel the older that I'm getting.
No?
No.
You don't think you're more scared now?
Well, just because I don't want to be
Then
on
you
the
will.
Delta flight where they have to duct tape someone to the chair. I mean, there's just a lot of crazy out there right now.
It's because the media.
I'm sure it is, but fact remains,
That happened once on a flight
a
somewhere.
couple flights,
And
lots
also-
of duct tape.
I
Maybe
think
that's
they had
why
to
I
do
got
that to my grandmother
gonna get
way
that-
back in the day.
that roll of duct tape is going with you. We just got another roll of duct tape.
Duct tape is so expensive. I did not know it was that expensive. We've had duct tape.
Everything's getting expensive. Do you guys know that? So we use these storage bins for our cat's litter box, and we're getting another one to switch one out.
because we got a
When
new
we
type of litter.
bought it a year and a half ago, and as Dr. Marcy Koski recommends, we should switch out our plastic litter boxes at least once a year. So it's a little overdue for us.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been a year and a half. We went.
They still look so shiny and clean.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it hasn't.
No,
It's been a year because we were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that was the first time we went into a business having to wear a mask, and I thought I was going to pass out because I felt like I could not breathe.
Yeah.
That was the first time. Anyway, so we went to go get another one. We paid $13 for a 100-quart Rubbermaid storage container a year ago. Do you know how much it was yesterday?
$28.
$29.
Over-
$28.99.
Yeah, over like it doubled, over doubled.
Over doubled in price.
in price. And it's like,
What?
why?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another thing. Increase in prices and stuff. It's another thing that we can
Yeah.
talk about. I don't know what to talk about. We can't solve that problem. So
No, that's
Um,
not on the roster today.
no, just
But it was a big surprise. And I mean, we see like the gas prices going up, but we travel like 2 miles a day.
Yeah.
So that's not been a big thing. Give yourself some downtime for yourself, but little stuff for the fam, little stuff matters. Yeah, Karen, I
Yeah.
love that. So true. I'm gonna miss my family. I've got a new, I think it's gonna be a niece on the way,
yes.
and that's exciting. So
You'll probably be traveling
Kinda
again. That's
growing.
kind of what we do with our
when
families
there's
that are
something
out when our families are out of town. We've always done that. Sometimes we started where I would travel with you, but you still don't travel with me when I go see my sisters. I always
because
go
it's healthier for me to stay home and take care of the cats.
because you don't like to travel.
Correct.
But if you travel to go see your family,
Mhm.
then I started
Right.
Coming. Now that we're back to like the pandemic, it's like you go travel to your family, I'll go
Yeah.
travel to
It's so
mine.
much less stressful.
It
And
is.
maybe it is just that, the more we, the more high maintenance our cats get, the more high maintenance we make them, the easier it is just to like stay home. And then there's the business aspect too. I mean, there's a lot of logistics that have to be handled by our team if we go, and we have the most amazing team.
Yeah, but a lot of those logistics can't be handled.
Right.
Easily. It's
So it's always good to have one of us in the saddle.
Yeah.
And kind of work it out that way. For
Yeah.
now, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what the future will bring?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Milk
Denise
costs
said,
more than gas. Isn't that crazy? It is nuts that there's
it is. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know if that's what it is here, because gas is like
I don't know. It's about the same price.
$4.99 a
Well,
gallon.
$4.87 is what I paid last time.
$4.87.
Yeah, which is about the price of a gallon of milk.
Wow. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts. It is
Just
nuts.
be kind to all. D, yes.
Yes.
So true. I went on that app Nextdoor.
Yeah.
So I was on there for a second, and it was all these people that it's like Nextdoor. Our Nextdoor, at least, is a very kind place. It's like, hey, I found someone's iPhone. Let me know if this is, you know what I mean, or I found a ring, or I found your cat, or I found whatever, and they're always like helping each other. And it was a reminder from one of them being like, hey guys, can we please just remember to be nice to all the people that are working in stores right now? Because she had just gone to the market a couple times, and she was like, people are yelling at these poor clerks that are just trying to do their, like, there's a bunch of grumpy people out there. Makes such a big difference just to be.
There's always been grumpy people, though. I don't think that it's like I don't think that it's any different. It's just that everybody's been home and not around the people, or not around everybody. And so,
but it's just a great reminder to remember to be kind to everyone.
Yes.
Regardless of whether or not it's the holiday season.
Correct.
Don't leave the house and gas will be cheap. That's been a big blessing to us. Because my day job, it would be 20, 25 minutes to work there and back. And we went through a lot of gas.
Yeah, I would add up the gas every month, like what we spent. And it was like what we spend now, it's like pennies in comparison to what we used to spend.
Gas is so much more expensive.
Yeah. Even though it's more expensive, we don't drive anymore. No. So
let's since I don't know what else to talk about. I think that's funny. Maybe we got some of the dum-dums today, but here's a little heads up.
I wanted to know about your family. So there's some tornadoes that just flew through through the country, and I know I only knew that because I pulled up Facebook last night. Oh, because I was looking up Chris. I pulled up Facebook last night, and some of my friends in like Tennessee had marked themselves safe from the tornadoes, and I was like,
no joke.
Tornadoes are going through.
I didn't even realize they had such a storm system, and it went from like Arkansas up to Kentucky, so it was a huge, like hundreds of miles long weather system that was going through, and it caused some heartbreaking devastation. I think in Kentucky there was a place in Arkansas that was hit. There was an Amazon facility that was hit, but the one that I saw was like a candle factory in Kentucky where there were like 100, almost 200 people in there when it was just
Wow.
wiped out. And I think they were at 50 dead.
Really?
And it was
Oh,
awful.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
And what about your family?
So my family, who are in East Tennessee, they got hit like pretty scary, but they
Storm
had
or no tornado?
no tornadoes. I don't think that came near them. It was just storm and crazy wind. So I'm not sure. I talked to them early Saturday, so I don't know if they were discovering that there were tornadoes nearby. I don't know, but both of my brothers had a lot of downed trees. My one brother, his road into his driveway
Yeah.
was like, sorry.
Couldn't get out
He ended up getting it. He ended up
with
clearing
his tractor.
clearing the road. Right. My folks were good. Everyone lost power for a while. I never did hear about Nathan. I should follow up with my older brother. But everyone's they were all safe. It was just very scary. Hope, this is a great question. What are your favorite parts of what you guys do in your business and least favorite? My favorite is definitely loving on all my furry friends. Least favorite is billing.
Hope, that is such a good question. She just gave us a good topic.
Yes, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So, gosh, it's my least favorite is also billing, I think, and which is interesting because I'm a math girl, and my business, a business that I like, my first sole proprietorship that turned into a corporation was all about billing. That's what I did. I ran the books, bookkeeping, billing, all of that for like 5 other businesses. But when it comes to ours, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. So billing is probably my least favorite part of the business too, I would say.
I don't know that I help Jade. I'm learning the books with her now, and I can see where it would be a tedious thing. So I don't know if I can call it my least favorite. I don't think I have a
least favorite. I know it's kind of,
I mean, there are some days I will say the heartbreaking stuff. So a lot of what we do, whether it's on our tax platform, DMs, offlines, emails, whatever, the customer service aspect of what we do can sometimes be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And there is dealing with heartbreaking situations takes a toll on me personally. It's very tough for me. So sometimes there are situations I've got to kick over to Jay to handle better than I can.
But I'll tell you that my favorite piece of what we do that was just like happened just yesterday, and we get it quite often. Cat people are just, again, the most amazing people on the planet. But when we get people to text us or message us or whatever and just say things like, I just want to say thank you so much for all the information that you guys give us. I have learned so much. You have helped me so much. You've helped my cat through A, B, or C. And just reach out. When people just reach out to say thank you, that I'm like that's why we do it. That is exactly why we do it. Because when you know that something that you've said, there was, I don't know if that's the post that I just read a post on Facebook that said something along the lines of, you don't know what little thing you are doing that can make a difference. And it goes into Denise's be kind, right? You don't know what kind gesture. You don't know that somebody didn't actually really need that smile that you just gave a stranger, right? That somebody really needed to feel that comfort and that kindness of you opening the door for somebody you don't know, right? Holding it open because their hands are full, or just because you want to be kind, like the little things that we do. You don't know how much that changes. And I feel like that's 100% true, how much, what a difference it makes. But when somebody reaches out and, we work really hard to give as much free information online as possible so that, we sell a line of products, but if all we did was sell products, then
we would hate our job.
We would hate our job. We would hate our job. We want to make a difference, right? We want to change the world. And so we give out as much free information as possible. And when somebody recognizes that, like they say they went on a deep dive on our
Yeah.
TikTok page or something, and they appreciate that, then or something that, you know, something that we've said that's changed their cat's life, like that one that
Well, and that's what.
when we did a cat tip on music therapy and playing music in
yeah.
the car, and she was like, my cat, I had to get my cat to the vet, and I could not get him to the vet, but that cat tip,
Yeah.
you know, changed the trajectory of his health, because I was able to get him there. He had cancer. We were able to get him treatment, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, wow, we had no idea that one little cat tip that, you know, at the time had like 4 views on Facebook or something. We're like, who's that really? Is it really helping anybody?
Well, that's why it's not about the views necessarily. You know what I mean?
Right.
When people think, if they base their success on those kinds of numbers, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think that we really do. We remember we know what it feels like when we learn something that changes our lives for the better, right? And so to be able to do this for cats full time, and it's like the interview with Dr. Katie today. We are so blessed to be in this community where we can help consolidate information and share it with everybody, and all the things that we learn and share, and we're all growing together. It is a big deal, but it is a very special, you know, it'll make us tear up if someone's like, thank you so much for whatever. It super fill your tanks moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jessica said having to do the books keeps you away from being in your business. That's why I hate it. Yeah. Hope that I saw most of your live with Dr. Katie. Can't wait to watch the rest. Thank you for putting great info out there to people. Really can help their furry family members keep them as healthy as possible.
Yeah, we just, I mean, when we find information, resources, things like that, it's so much fun to share that information, to get to learn, right?
Yeah.
For us to learn.
And it really gets the wheels turning. You know, it's like Dr. Katie said today, don't ever just, you know, everything that we share is like our recommendation or our experience or whatever. But it's strange, and I said this in the live, it's strange that sometimes we have to be reminded that it's okay to make our own decisions.
Yeah.
We don't have to just do what someone tells us to do, especially when it comes to our pets. You know, we are their best advocate. They are our family members, and we're their first and last line of defense, right? So it's so important that we feel empowered to make decisions, and it's not about regurgitating what someone told us or feeling, you know,
feeling like you have no other choice
about pulling the trigger on something, right?
Or feeling like you have no other choice, even because your veterinarian says you have to do this.
Right.
Like really doing your own research, like our podcast was on last week or the week before, and being empowered to make your own decisions. I think
feeling comfortable with the decisions that we make, and it's not going to be the decisions that we make or that Dr. Katie is, but you know what I mean? Like that's all part of our own journeys. But it's so exciting when we learn something that really it gets our wheels turning, right? And it may ripple affect decisions that we make down the road. But we're going to share it. It's exciting. How exciting is that?
It is. It's fun. That's the fun part of business.
Yeah.
So I think
thanks for that question, Hope. That was fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Back in the Closet, guys. Next week I will actually be literally coming into the house, petting the cats, and then jumping on here to do our podcast. We might end up being we're always late. I mean, except for today, we're normally late. But we might be a little bit late because my flight lands at 3 our time, and we start this at 4:30 our time, and we don't live real close to the airport. So, and I want to have to get my luggage and things like that.
Yeah. It's going to probably be 4:30 before we get home.
Yeah. So we will be back next week for our last 2021 episode, which will be 99, which means we start off 2022 with episode 100. Wow. Which is going to be exciting. And we're thinking about doing some interviews, maybe switching it up a little bit, maybe cleaning the closet, and for next year. So stay tuned with us. If you guys do not subscribe, please subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any of those podcast platforms in which you listen to podcasts, and leave us a review if you will, because it's really hard to track podcast, and what kind of your feedback means a whole lot to us. We don't know how many, they don't have analytics on podcasts like they do everywhere else. So we love you guys so much.
We love y'all.
Thank you for joining us,
Sunday.
and we will see you soon. Bye, y'all. Why are we whispering?